not fall over.
Give me a sec. It's buffering. And we're live. All right, Fashion Dolls. Welcome back for our second interview. Notice something different. This is the second outfit change. This is my first time I've ever done two interviews in one day, hence changing the entire look. Makeup still looks the same, still untouched. A very special thank you to Melanie Nalamai Bridges for this golden goddess-esque inspired makeup to go along with the dress that I'm wearing. It just all of the things, chef's kiss. Mwah. But we are back with none other than Matthew Kenner. It is a pleasure, always a pleasure. I think this is what our fourth, fifth interview, and we had something.
Third or fourth, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we had something scheduled, but then June 10th, as you guys know, my house burned down, and unfortunately, I had to sort of regroup and get myself back. Hi, Darlington. Welcome. Welcome if you're just coming in. Welcome, new subscribers. Welcome to the Dollhouse. I had to regroup and get myself back into a position where I'm stable. And I must say now, you guys are loving the new home. I love the new home. I'm happy. And my mom's in town. She's visiting, but she leaves Friday. So that's the sad part. But you guys got to see her in my first show today, which was 1 o'clock p.m. with So Debonair. So y'all make sure y'all go and check it out. And this is the second interview here with Matthew Kenner. I know at a later time you guys are expecting me to go on at 4, but he had to work, y'all. So we couldn't go on around that time. But I think this is perfect and the perfect attire for the evening. So how have you been?
I've been good. I've been busy. I mean, just living life, but I've been busy creatively. I've been working on a few projects coming up. Have a couple of short films that I'm going to be shooting towards the end of this month. It's September now. One of them is a film that I wrote, and it deals with. We've talked about it in I believe, at our last interview, but it's called
Silent Victim. Yes.
So so originally we were supposed to shoot it at the end of this month, but we're actually going to push it back a couple weeks and shoot it like mid-October-ish. But yeah, we're working hard right now on pre-production for that, and have another short film that is a horror movie that we will be shooting as well towards the middle of this month. And looking forward to that. I get to play the I don't want to say monster, but like I'm like a supernatural type of being, I guess you could say. And I do some creepy stuff, some scary stuff. So
I can't wait to see this. And y'all know my birthday is coming up next month, which is spooky season. I have not picked out a costume. But if you guys have suggestions, put them in the comment section and also go to the community tab. Let me know what you would like to see me as. Last year, oh my God, I forgot. What was I last year? Oh, the ringleader. Yeah, the ringleader. So if you guys want to see Matthew Estes' character, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that because you have Diary of an Accomplice, and you also have Silent Victim as well too. So y'all make sure y'all go and check those out. Those films are very important and pivotal. But what made you want to get into the sci-fi genre?
Well, I have a friend of mine who likes to write that type of genre. He went to school for writing writing screenplays in particular, and then he likes to get into like sci-fi horror genre, and I've always had an interest in it. I want to get outside of the box as far as what we typically see people that look similar to us doing. We see them do pretty stereotypical type of material. So this was an interesting topic, and yeah, it always feels good to like just do something different. Use your imagination and just like go wild with it. So, it kind of takes me back to being a kid, using my imagination. So yeah, that's pretty much what inspired me for that.
And stepping outside of your norm, outside of your comfort zone. So you guys get to see a different side of Matthew. Of course, we saw that in Diary of an Accomplice, and you got a lot of backlash for that. Women mainly, a lot of people were upset about it, but to see you in this element, and then there was another, I have got some good stuff to share with you. Definitely, Darlington. Just hit me on the back end, my love, and let me know. But Diary of an Accomplice and Silent Victim, that got a lot of buzz and it brought awareness to the issues at hand.
Hmm.
Silent Victim, where you don't really see it from the male's perspective. You don't really
Hmm.
see that from the male's perspective, whereas Diary of an Accomplice, you're getting it from the woman's POV point of view. So y'all
Right,
make
right.
sure y'all go check out both as well.
And as far as Diary of Accomplice is concerned, uh, so what I originally shared with you was a short film, but we're going to be shooting the feature full length film in November, actually, and that's scheduled to happen. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to coming back as that character and then continuing the story. So once that's finished, I'll definitely be more than happy to share, and hopefully we can get that film on a platform that receives the proper amount of views that that is due. So yeah, I
And
have
I
that
can't
coming up
wait.
as well.
What were you saying? I couldn't hear you.
No, I'm saying I was saying that I have that coming up as well. I have Diary of Accomplice shooting the full length version of that film coming up as well in November. So yeah, we'll
Stay
be doing
tuned,
that.
y'all. I can't wait. I can't wait because it just can't end with that cliffhanger. Even with short films, you
Hmm.
you give just enough, not in just a few minutes. But with a
Hmm.
full length feature film, you get to get more into the story, more of her point of view and perspective. And yes,
Right.
Darlington, I
Right.
don't really check my messages. I only respond here and there, but I have been ripping and running and on the go. So my apologies if I don't respond to every single thing. You guys have been in the comments. And thank y'all for enjoying that interview. What was it last week with Federico Wardow? That interview, they are now trying to play it on the news in San Francisco and Los Angeles. So shout outs to everybody in San Francisco and Los Angeles for viewing Style by Stevie. And across the world, thank y'all all so much. I've noticed an increase, Matthew, an influx of people checking out the platform from this week. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God. But thank y'all so
Putting in the
much.
proper
I'm
amount of
glad
work.
y'all loving the interviews.
Yeah, you're putting in the proper amount of work, so it's paying off.
And then to top it off, I have a show this Saturday as well too with Mac Harlem, hopefully. So a very busy week for me, a very busy week. And then two double shows Friday. We did two today. We did a 2 hour show with Sodev. And with Matthew here, we're catching up because it's been a minute. I had to get myself regrouped. You know, when something like that happens, you're literally having to go back to the drawing board
Hmm.
and start over anew. So thank you all. And you said, let us know how the recovery process is going. It is very good. And yes, I will respond. I will check it, Darlington. So thank you. But Diary of an Accomplice, and then this new project, the sci-fi's feature, I think it's perfect because after this month it'll be October. So any plans for your costume? Do you have your costume ready?
I normally don't, I have kids, so normally I let them dress up, and I just play dad for Halloween. But sometimes I wear a mask. But I guess for this Halloween, I can, dress up with this character that I'll be playing. I'll be playing like a creepy, supernatural style man that has a big scar on his face with a big like brim hat, kind of like um, kind of like the Jeepers Creepers type of thing. You remember the movie Jeepers Creepers from
Oh
early
yeah.
2000s? Yeah.
That thing gave
Yeah,
me nightmares when I was younger because my mom
me
used to
too.
watch it all the time. And she's
Yeah, me
right in the
too.
room next door to me. She can vouch for
Uh-huh.
that.
Right, me too. Me too. So yeah, I might go as if I go trick or treating my kids, I might dress up like that. Wearing some creepy hat and a suit jacket and button up shirt with gloves, all black too. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah,
I asked King Judah what he was gonna be for Halloween, and he said you could be one of the characters from what's the show with Cress Williams, Black Lightning, because he got
uh,
it all the time, and he would dress up because he has boys as well too, and they dress up for Halloween, and oh my God, it's a thing. Like everybody has their own ritual for what they want to be for Halloween, but I can't wait to see you in character and in a side
uh,
we've never seen before. So, what was it like the cinematic process of you getting into the makeup? Because I've interviewed actors who have done theatrical or horror makeup. Yes, I will
Mhm.
respond, Darlington, after the interview. And I'm dressing up as white privilege for Halloween. Okay, B. Walker. There you go. Welcome if you're just coming in. And yes, Darlington, I will respond right after my show here with Matthew. But we were talking about Halloween plans and Matthew's newest film. So you get to see a different side of him. And I have no clue what my Halloween costume is going to be because they were all fun and quirky in their own little way. One year I did the breakfast at Tiffany's, the black Audrey Hepburn thing. I had the cigarette, I had the French roll. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
had to channel my inner Audrey, the black dress, the pearls, the whole shebang. Y'all know Breakfast at Tiffany is one of my favorite movies, and it's near and dear to
Mhm.
my heart. So one year I did that. Another year I did the race car driver, and then one year I was a ninja assassin.
Oh, okay.
Face was covered, legs wrapped up like a ninja, everything. I have to post that. I'm probably going to post that once I'm done with Matthew here so y'all can see some of the Halloween costumes I've done. And then one year it was the ringleader. That was for my 30th, I want to say 31st. Yeah, 31st birthday. I did the ringleader. I had the little whip, the little hat, the jacket, the little matador jacket. It was amazing. When she gets big, I'll be the one responding. Yes. And if not that, yes, have my little team behind me responding to the messages. But I try to get to everybody's messages as well. But yes, we are talking about Halloween and getting in the spirit. What's a ritual that you do to get in the spirit with your kids, Matthew? Because I know some people like to sit around and watch horror movies all day. It's a thing. Me, I can't. My nerves is bad, y'all. They're not like they used to be. So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can't do it anymore. What's a ritual for you that you do when that season comes along?
I mean, we go to the pumpkin farm. We've been doing that for for a while since because I have three kids. So when my oldest was since he was little, go to the pumpkin farm, pick like the biggest pumpkins that we could find, go on a little hayride thing, and play around there, going through the corn mazes, do all that kind of stuff. Drink hot apple cider. Then we come back to the house. A lot of times we throughout the weekend carve pumpkins and put the seeds in the oven, bake them, and eat them later on. Have them toasted and stuff like that. And then we go trick or treating. Usually either the night of Halloween or whatever trick or treating is scheduled. But there's some neighborhoods around here that like do it big. Like they do it to the max. Like every single house has like they out of this world like decorations. They have like one year that somebody had like a school bus sitting in the middle of the street with a dude dressed up in a zombie mask and flashing lights inside, and him acting like he was trapped. He was looking through the windows trying to get out and get at people, and there's people running
Uh
around
oh.
with screen mask on with the fake blades, acting like they're going to stab people, and yeah, they just do it to the max. So we go usually in one of the neighborhoods that are doing that and trick or treat, and yeah, we just have fun. And a lot of times the people at these houses will pass out adult beverages to the parents too, and we'll drink and we'll have our fun too. We'll have our adult beverages. So yeah, that's typically what it is. It's like on Halloween. Halloween's fun, around here with us. So
And you get to have fun with you get to have fun and you get to live out your fantasy of being the person that you always wanted to be.
uh
Like
huh.
I don't know who's gonna dress up as who. There's gonna be so many costumes of singers this
Uh,
season. It's going to be a lot of figures, cartoon figures. There's going to be a lot of uh, there's going to be a lot this season. So be ready. And I know supermodel Heidi Klum, she goes all out. Like
uh,
y'all call Mariah Carey, and y'all know I love me some Mariah Carey. Y'all call her the queen of Christmas. Heidi Klum, one year, I don't know how she did it, Matthew. She was a worm, and her husband was the fisherman. He had his hook and everything. And she literally laid, I can't demonstrate it now, I have on a dress, but she laid on the floor in this worm costume, and all you saw, because her eyes are blue, and she
uh,
literally was looking like the person held the microphone down. It's a clip that's out there. We can't make this stuff up. Like she goes
uh,
all out and beyond. If not her, then that damn Janelle Monáe. Janelle
uh,
Monáe is another who will go above and beyond. Remember, she did E.T. on the Jennifer Hudson show. And it's
uh,
just like, how many hours did this take? So for me, I'm a simple kind of girl. Just give me a costume, dress me up as a Victoria's Secret angel. Hell, that might be an idea. Well, because I have been every morning, it's been a workout. You know, who don't know? Miss Stevie might put on the wings and shock the girls. Who knows?
okay.
Channel my inner Angel Reese because they had Angel Reese walk in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. So
Uh-huh.
who knows? You know, or devil. I might be a devil. I mean, so many ideas. So I can't wait to see the costumes this season. I love your looks, sister. Thank you. Golden gilded glamour was what I wanted for the second look with this interview, and it's perfect. The golden hour, because for me, when this time of day is, I call it the golden hour, and I think that it was perfect. So shout outs to Melanie for the makeup is still flawless. I didn't really need any touch ups here or there, but it's the same makeup I had when I did the interview with Sodan. So let me get off of that. Red looks great on you, Matthew.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's my favorite
And my
color, pretty
nails are the same color as his shirt, if you notice. So it's red, red, red.
much.
And it mine's my dress is like copper. But if you're just coming in, shout outs to my brother, host of the K2 Spot. We have 2 collaborations coming up. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that as well. And I can't wait. So it'll probably be around my birthday next month. My mom's is on the 7th, mine's is on the 31st. So I have
Your birthday's
no
on
clue.
Halloween. So your
Hmm.
birthday's on actual Halloween. Okay.
Yep. I'm a
Wow.
Halloween baby. And what's so crazy is my brother is a Valentine's Day baby. We call him the Valentine's Day baby. His is February 28th. Mine's is October 31st. And the beauty of it is I have a nephew who will be turning 3 this month.
Oh, okay.
I'm not looking forward to it, y'all. And I
Nah.
told So Deb this. He is now in a phase where he likes to tell people to shut up. And then he'll tell people no. He tell my brother no, and he likes to climb on stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you. I tell my mom all the time. I said, you got a problem on your hands. And where does
uh-huh.
he get this climbing from? He gets it from his daddy because his daddy wanted to be a WWE wrestling star. So he would climb in the house, and I'd be like, what are you doing? Why are you up there? And we had a doorway. My father took the door down like he was going to our bedrooms in the old house in the bathroom. And he took it down and he would literally put his legs up there and stand in the doorway like this with his arms, like he was triple X. I'm like, okay, all right. And I
Uh-huh.
told him, I said,
Having
wait
fun.
till he has one of them. I don't have kids. I'm perfectly fine being an aunt. But yeah, he's now in a phase where he's telling people to shut up. Yes, September 24th, this month, and October 14th is when K-Tooks and me are going to be doing our collaboration. So y'all stay tuned here on YouTube, and y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to his channel as well. And check out some of the previous stuff that we've done. But we are here catching up with Matthew Kenner. It's been a minute. I literally had to regroup and get myself back on my feet. And for anybody who's wondering, where have I been? Rebuilding, but I've still been keeping you guys informed on the process. We are officially moved in a new home, and I love it. Right now, we're just shopping for furniture pieces. Like my room is together, yes, but I want to be able to give y'all the full tour. Like I'm looking at my floor right now, and how many of y'all watch Hoarders in here? Do we have any Hoarders watchers in here? We listen and we don't judge. I'm not going to flip the camera because I have a lot of fragrance. And I showed y'all that when we first moved into the house here. A woman likes to smell good. A woman likes her makeup. And then I'm looking at my vanity area over here. And yeah, Matthew, if you got any women in the house, your wife, she can
Uh-huh.
understand my pain and what I'm going through.
Yeah, she's kind of a hoarder too, a little bit.
We yes, we women we have a thing with makeup and fragrance, and I think my little vanity area puts Kylie Jenner's to shame, y'all. I've got so much makeup, like, and I'm still going back to my old house to get it. It's ridiculous. I have palettes I didn't even know I had. But yes, oh my God, y'all, I can't let y'all see the floor right now until I get everything. I've been on Wayfair at 7th Avenue looking for racks and shelves to put in the house. Like, y'all, it's ridiculous, but it'll come along and
Uh-huh.
you have nothing to be ashamed of. Yes, that's why I said we listen and we don't judge. The same way men love sneakers. To my fraternal Island
Yeah.
Yankee B Walker, he'll send me a new pair of sneakers, and I know men love women. We love our makeup, we love our perfumes, we love all of those things. It's like every month Anastasia comes out with a new palette, or let's say BH Cosmetics. I got to have it. I got to have it. And like my colleague Conscious TV would say, you need that, you got to get that, so you gonna get it. So I have to have those palettes, y'all. It's like Jackie Anna will drop one, Carly Bible will drop one, Makeup by Shayla will drop one, or Rihanna Fenty. And I'll be like, okay, I need this palette. I need this. Do I really need this foundation? Do I really need this lipstick, this thing? But yes, a whole nother conversation. But yes, makeup. Once we get everything set in my room, I will give y'all a full in-depth tour. But I'm showing y'all my little mantle, so y'all see my Barbie dolls up there. But yeah, it's coming along. I love the new house a lot, and we have a little hair salon area here as well too in the new
Okay.
place. So y'all will see me. My mom probably do here and there. She'll probably be working on me 9 times out of 10, and y'all will really get to see Miss Stevie behind the scenes. So yes, we're gonna be filming some content all up and through the house, whether it's hair and makeup. The because I know a lot of people like, how long does it take you to get ready? About a couple of hours, and then the majority of the time I beat my male guests who come on the show. They're just like, "Damn, you ready that fast?" I was like, "Yes, I've been ready. Stay on ready."
Mhm.
But here we are. I love it. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And thank you, brother. Yes, nothing to be ashamed of, because I know if you got women in the house, you're going to believe you're going to see a lot. You learn a lot about us by how we look. We don't just wake up looking like this in the morning. It takes a village, y'all. It takes a village.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it. But yes,
Mhm.
y'all need to go and stay tuned for Matthew's project that is coming out. And if you haven't, I need y'all to go and check out Silent Victim and Diary of an Accomplice. Now, Diary of an Accomplice is being turned into a full feature film in case you missed it if you're just joining in. Y'all need to go and support. And also another shout out to another black male filmmaker, King Judah. And I would love to see him and Matthew collab. That would be a dope collaboration because just y'all's way of thinking is just dynamic. And we see
Mhm.
King Judah portrayed just like Matthew portrayed these gritty roles. But when he was here the last time last week, or was it, yeah, last month, last week, um, I said, we always see you in these gritty roles where you're like the mob boss. But he says, you're going to see me cry. I was like, oh, okay. Sign me up. That's something I want to see is
Yeah.
vulnerability, because when I did my interview with him, and he knows this, and the same for Matthew, I told him that it was intimidating sitting down with both of them because I did not know what I was going to get if I was going to get the character. And it's the complete opposite. It's the same for when I interviewed Terry T. Miles and Eamon Joseph. Like, y'all know how to play a villain like nobody's business.
Thank
And
you.
and y'all make it so believable to the point where we hate you. I told Terry, I said, you know I'm gonna get on your ass, right? And he was like, what I do? I said, you know what you did to that girl in that movie. You know what you did to that girl. And he just broke out laughing. And the same thing happened to him when he was in DC. A group of women actually approached him and they said, oh, we can't stand you. And he was like, what I do? And they broke out saying the lines, reciting the lines to the film that he was in. And he just started laughing, cracking up. So again, y'all play it and y'all make it so believable to the point where we hate the characters. And it's just
Uh-huh.
like every villain has a backstory. They have a backstory, And you got to get a better understanding, because where there's trauma, the person who's inflicting the trauma, there's always a backstory of the person inflicting the trauma. There's a
Right.
backstory with it. Like they come from it. And this is all they know.
Yeah.
Hurt people. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard that analogy a lot, where it pertains to breaking the cycle of trauma, overcoming it.
Mhm.
What can you do? How can I be a better person? All of these things run through your mind, and you just like, okay. So these type of films are the type of films that will make you think on critically and on a whole different level. Diary of an Accomplice. I was angry with Matthew's character, and even when he sat down with my girl Faith, he said it. Even when he did the interview with me, in both interviews, it was a lot of women hated his character so bad. They, because they know a woman who's experienced it, or they themselves have experienced it. And then when you sit down, it's the thing is where you have to separate the two, the character away from the person. And a
Yeah.
lot of actors have that issue.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of people, a lot of a lot of actors touch into like real, real pain from their life and their emotions to bring out that character. So, and sometimes, the actor, well, a lot of times the actor is nothing like the character they're playing, so they have to figure out the psyche of whoever, who they're playing. So, yeah, with me, I had to do something similar. I just had to use real substitutions and things that really would make me angry to bring out those emotions of Melvin. But Melvin was a victim of his mother. He was abused by his mother growing up as a young.
Yep, that was shown in the film.
And then so Melvin eventually fought back against his mother as a teenager. His mother called the police on him and got him sent to juvenile detention. This is the backstory that wasn't, hasn't been shown yet. But while in juvenile detention, Melvin was actually sexually assaulted by security guards, and that's what traumatized him and made him not have this intense fear of going to prison again. So, and that's what led to him being the abusive man that he became with his wife because of his issues with his mother and whatnot. So, yeah, it's important not to judge. Easier said than done, but it's important not to judge other people, but especially as an actor, not judge the character that you're playing because that character is a part of us, part of that character in all of us, even if you think of yourself as being completely different. So yeah, that's just what I had to do for that, and that's what I have to do for roles like that.
Tap into that space. And I say it all the time. John Stamos, and Kiki Palmer said John Stamos said this. He always finds that escape, that getaway. And as an
Yeah,
actor,
yeah,
that is the first thing you have to do is find that escape, find that getaway that
uh,
works for you, and go to it. So if that director or that producer says, how far do you ask the producer or director, how far do you want to go with this character? Like, how far? How are you willing to go along with this? And King Judah, when I sat down with him, that was something that he was saying. He said, I really had to get myself there to cry. And it was just like, I really had to tap into that emotion. And as you're reading the
hmm
script, as you're sitting back and as you're reading the script, you're having to, and I say it all the time in every interview with every actor that I've sat down with, you're having to put on that character's shoes. So Melvin is Melvin. Matthew is Matthew. The only similarities is that their names both start with an M, but they're two
uh,
different people. They're two
uh-huh.
different people. And there are people who can resonate with the main character, the protagonist, and then the antagonist, which would have been Melvin. Because there are
hmm
people who are evil, who have done dark, evil things, who have also experienced that pain. And
hmm
coming from their trauma, that you got to unpack it. And I was saying that just a few minutes ago with So Deb. I was saying that when it comes to trauma, because he also, you guys, are the house fire. Everybody was talking about it that I've
hmm
interviewed. They didn't know. They seen the post, and they were just like, "That must be scary. That must be traumatizing." It
Yeah.
was. It was. I'm not gonna lie. I kid you not. And I was sad. I was depressed a couple of days. All I could do was exercise and do crossword puzzles and watch Cops Reloaded and try to figure out what was going to be my next gameplay. And I came
did
back.
you figure out what the cause of the fire or the fire was?
We still haven't figured it out, but I know our entire porch, Matthew, from the photos that I think I've sent you photos of it. Our
Mhm.
entire porch was torched.
Oh
And
wow.
my father bought me this little buggy because I've been on a kick to walk. You guys have been on my morning walks with me every morning, 6 to 6:45, or at least 7 a.m. in the morning. I get up and exercise bright and early because
Hmm.
it be too hot around 8, 9 o'clock down here. If you're in the Carolinas, I can't go outside with a beat mug like this because, baby,
Hmm.
what did Sweet Brown say? Lord Jesus, it was a fire. Baby, I will be melted by the time I get back to the house. This beat that Melody done spent hours doing, I will be melted, and they'd be like, "What happened to Miss Stevie? Her makeup and her lashes fell off." So,
Hmm.
welcome back to Sean. But yes, I get up early in the morning to do it. But Matthew asked me what was the cause of the fire. Our entire, if I'm not mistaken, my father said something about a candle. That's all I can remember. It happened so fast, y'all. And all I can remember was the EMT. Miss Stevie, you look so gorgeous and flawless today. Thank you. This is the second look of the day, y'all. I haven't done 2 outfit changes for 2 different interviews in one day. So y'all enjoy it. Enjoy it. But I'll be back Thursday with David Collins White. But we are talking about trauma and how it connects to the characters that we portray. The fire. How did I feel about the house fire? I was panicking, and K2 was the first person that I called, and I told him to tell everybody. And then I went on ahead and I made the post, and that's how everybody found out. And Matthew and me had something scheduled, and I was just like, we can't do it if I'm not in the place that I always do it. And I was doing it in my home. That was my
Hmm.
childhood home that my father and my grandmother built.
Oh
You
wow.
definitely changed really fast, and the outfit, Miss Stevie, she does so many changes. Yes, yes, I do. The hair changed and the outfit changed because earlier my hair was platinum and black. Now it's like a toned down. I said highlights would be perfect. So we're not talking about hair and makeup no more, Deshaun, because I know guys get tired of that. Matthew just like, but let's see if you grew up with women. It's an everyday thing for us. I'm a woman. I love
Hmm.
to look good. I love to look good. Who's to say what my hair color is going to look like Thursday? I don't know. I don't know. I'm like the black Linda Evangelista. One minute I'm blonde, the next minute I'm red. But anyway, the house fire. See, Deshaun getting me all thrown off. The house fire. When the EMT checked us, they were just like, your vitals are fine. Your vitals are fine
Hmm.
because me and my mom both have asthma. That's something a lot of people don't know, and I don't share that. But I had to go back in the house to save my puppy. My toy. We have a toy poodle, and I brought her on the show. Y'all have seen Coco. She's here with me. She's in the next room. She ain't about to come over here with me right now. She's attached to my mom at the hip. But I ran back in that house, and I can remember the smoke and the fire burning my eyes. You know, it's just like when something gets into your eyes. It's like chopping onions and it burns
Hmm.
your eyes. It's like you're crying. So I had to literally take my shirt and cover my eyes and then go in there because the smoke started to come to the living room and grab her. Luckily, she was standing right by the table by my mom's daybed in the living room.
Hmm.
So yes, the fire might have started from a candle my father had lit because he had some sort of candle. You guys know the candles that are like for mosquitoes. He had
Yeah.
one lit and he must have had it blown all the way and it was already hot that evening. And it must have ricocheted and that was the cause.
Oh
So
wow.
when I was in my
Okay.
room, because I remember I was in my room watching one of the creators out here. I was watching somebody, and my mom was like, Stevie, because I would always prank her and knock on the door. My room door leads to her room, but we created like a little playpen because my nephew would be coming to stay in my house as well too, and we created like a little PlayStation for him with all his toys. So that door is blocked off. But I would knock on that door, and she's like, "Are you knocking on the door in the new house?" And I would do it in the old house as well too to get our dog to bark and prank our dog to make her think somebody's out there. But she thought it was me in the kitchen. No, I was in my room and I was watching TV. I said, no.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad gets up and goes to the door to see what it was. Just imagine opening an entire door, y'all, and the entire porch is engulfed in flames.
Wow.
We have a gas stove. My father had kerosene in the house as well too because our AC, our central heating, no air conditioning. We had to get one of those air conditionings to put in the window, which you guys have seen if you go back to some of my morning walks. Go back a few months because it's documented. You guys see the damage that the fire has done as well as the images. And my father had one of these air conditionings that you can put in the window, and you have to put like some sort of backing to go behind that as well. So my mom, there's the side door right here on the side, which is the door that we had stuff in front of. And my mom literally, we pushing stuff out the way because the fire was starting to grow. The puppy standing there by my mom's daybed near the hallway by my mom's table. And so I had to
Mm-hmm.
grab her and run out of that house because Lord
Oh
knows
wow.
what would have happened. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the back of the house was charred. It sure was, Deshaun. And it broke a couple windows. It shattered a couple things. We had a pantry in the kitchen, which when I walked into the house, because you have to have a flashlight to go in the house. And I know we're still going back retrieving things out of the house. Some things are still intact, thank the Lord. My room and my father's room were the only two that were not touched. But
Oh
I
wow.
know that in our living room, my brother's room, the kitchen, the pantry door is knocked completely off the hinges because I did hear a loud explosion in the house. And they
Hmm.
used a lot of water to put that fire out.
Wow.
So all of the outfits that I had, all of the dresses that I've worn, that you guys remember, the big pink one that I wore when I did the interview with Kwame Speaks, I had a lot of clothes that I've worn in my brother's room because I'm like, my room was only but so big. So I stored in my brother's room, me and my mom's clothes. A lot of those clothes were damaged
Mm-hmm.
that I've worn. Even the ones that I've worn when I did the interview with Matthew, I can't even remember what I wore when I did the first interview with him. I have no clue, but I know those clothes were damaged as well. So
Wow.
I had to start over. Thank the Lord, I still have clothes in my closet that I can go and grab. I'm sitting in front of my closet right now. So if I need stuff, because we're going to be getting into the winter months pretty soon, I have a lot of pajamas, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And unpacking, I realized that I've had a lot of stuff I didn't even know I had. So it's been a process taking stuff to and from the house. And just imagine having to walk all the way across to the other side of town to my old house and then back to my brother's house. Y'all could get a kick out of what I'm about to tell y'all. When I showed y'all the house here, when I was unpacking and putting the decor in place, my mom has a walker. Guess who used that to bring stuff to and from the house? I kid you not. I had to
You
use my
did?
mom's walker to bring that stuff back to the house. And when I tell you I got the stairs like this, like people were just like, I'm like, well, what the hell are you looking at there? You ain't gonna give me a ride or something. You see a woman here struggling to push this stuff back and forth. Help me.
Uh-huh.
So they thinking there's something wrong with me. Y'all, they was looking at me crazy and everything. You know how people in the car, they just like, well, hell, at least offer a sister a ride or something. But I can
Right,
tell you
yeah.
my legs would be like Tina Turner's legs, baby, after all of that walking to and from all the way across town to where I'm at now to the new house to bring stuff.
How
And
far?
that
How
is
far
a
was it?
good little walk. Yes, I can
How
tell
far?
you. Ooh, what were you saying, Matthew?
How far? How far of a walk is it?
Ooh, that's all the way on the other side across town. And where we were staying at was on Drugstore Street because we had Walgreens over there on that side of town as well too. So I'm just like, that's a good little walk. And Deshaun is laughing right now. Y'all, it's not funny. It's not funny, but my legs was killing me the next day. I paid for it, but I'm just like, hell, this body gonna be snatched by the summer. And sure enough, it did. Y'all seen the pictures. It paid off. I didn't mind toting, lifting back and forth to and from. And my mom I even bought my box spring off of my bed to put in my bed. And you wouldn't believe how I got it. I carried it on that walker. I kid you
Mhm.
not. And my mom was like, "You did what now? I would have helped you." Yes, they didn't stop for a ride or nothing. They honking the horn like, "Hey, Miss Stevie, y'all don't see me carrying all this stuff back to the house." And I mean, I had like the big TJ Maxx bags. I was like, "Oh no, we are not leaving my hair products in this house." So I had TJ Maxx bags and I had boxes of hair products. And Deshaun asked me, "How did you get your hair products and stuff out the house?" I said, "Yes, that is a necessity for me. I need those. And I need my makeup too." So thank the Lord. A friend, she volunteered and she helped. My school teacher. She said, "What happened? Do you need any help? Is there anything that I can do? If you need me to take you back to the house to go get stuff, catching rides with family members, because I don't drive." So it was amazing to be able to carry all of that stuff back with help and in doing some of it.
Mhm.
Chef Scott was like, "My God, today bless your heart." Yes, girl, that's what I had to do. Y'all didn't see that behind the scenes. I was like, "Oh hell no, I'm not putting that out there. I don't want y'all to see that." And then me having to hold the phone and steer the walker, bumps in the road and stuff, stuff falling off the walker. I had to take all of some of the stuff, and I was doing it day by day. So it was a moving process getting that stuff into the house until we finally got in July 28th and finished the moving process. I was just like, "Thank you, Jesus. I don't have to do no more walking unless I have to go to the store and exercise." But
Uh,
my legs were killing me. Yes, didn't I say that? Like, did you get your hair products? I sure did. I got my hair products and makeup, and they're all in the salon area of the house. So, yes, y'all know how black women are about our hair stuff. Again, Matthew has a wife. You know that is a necessity for us. We and Chef Scott can relate to. When you're dealing with black women, our hair products is a necessity. Yes, I got my
right.
Fenty, I got my Revlon, I got all of that, Deshaun, and I'm looking at it now. So yes, and I actually, my mom, she bought caboodles, and thank the Lord for those. They came in handy to be able to organize. The only thing now is getting like shelves. We have furniture that wasn't even touched in the house. Like my grandmother, when she passed away in '96, she left behind a lot of furniture. Like this, what is it called? This stand, and it's got a glass door. I cannot remember what it's called. If you're in the audience, if you're a furniture lover, you should know what it is. Um, mm, I can't remember what it is, but I know she had a lot of statues and figurines in there, and it's still good. But there's a lot of things that we don't know the extent of or how much is damaged at. Shout outs to Faith is the substance. She says, "Salutations." Yes.
Hey, Faith.
Shout outs to Faith is the substance. And y'all go check out the interview she did with Matthew over there. And there were things I didn't even know about Matthew. I was like, I didn't know this until I watched it because I didn't ask. The wardrobe. Some of the pieces got damaged, Deshaun. The dresses that I wore when I did my interviews with Matthew, they were damaged. Like they're no more. So I had to pull what I had from my closet. And thank the Lord, I still have pieces in my closet that I didn't even know I had. Some are still in packaging. Because y'all know I get a lot of my stuff from Fashion Nova. A lot of it comes from vintage pieces, Terry Mugler, Chanel, those type of things. And you score them, or they were either given to me. And I thank the Lord. I'd rather have my life than to worry about those things that have been ruined. And that's what my cousin, shout out to my cousin, she told me that. She said, "I'd rather you be safe and get out of there than to worry about those other things. As long as those things are good, you can always go back and get them." And I'm glad that I got out of that house, y'all. Like the fire spread and ignited so fast from the kitchen all the way to the living room. Our bathroom, like the tile from the ceiling, is all in the tub. We had a rack, like a caboodle rack in the shower, that came down as well too.
Oh wow.
So you got to be careful. Watch where you're going in the house. Don't go in there unless you got a flashlight, and make sure that you're wearing some sort of shoes for support because that
Hmm.
floor in there is, yeah. And here's the other kicker, my nightmare, Matthew.
Uh-huh.
Y'all know that it's the summertime, and when it rains, guess what looks for a cozy place to hide?
Snakes, lizards, and all them.
And I'm terrified of both of them. So when my cousin she told me that, I said okay. But here's the kicker, y'all. Here's another kicker. We had a treadmill on the porch. That fire spread so bad that my father was like, "Well, it's snakes on the porch." So he took my aunt, my mom's sister, the oldest one now, on the porch. My aunt looked down for a minute, and then she looking at the treadmill, and she looked down because he's still like everything is black on the floor. My aunt said, "That's not a snake. That's from the treadmill." And they just broke out laughing, like literally, those are the wires from the treadmill because they're coiled and they look like a
Uh,
snake. My father,
yeah.
I cracked up laughing, but too, I had to go somewhere and kind of excuse myself. Like, those aren't no damn snakes. I've seen snakes in the window. That's not a
Uh-huh.
snake. But we got to be careful because they do look for a cozy place to hide. When it rains, that's when they really come
Yeah.
out.
Right.
And our
Right.
grass
Yep.
has grown up. The yard is not, the gentleman who would cut our yard is not there anymore to do it. So
Mhm.
they do hide in tall grass, and that's the scary part. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm very careful when I go back into that house, me and my mom.
Hmm.
But yes, yes, Deshaun, you got to be careful. Yes, I got the eyeliner and the foundation. I got all of my makeup essentials. And God will bless me with more. Those things, they come a dime a dozen, but your life can't be replaced. It can't be spared. You only get one. There's only one of you. And my colleague now, the Times, said that too. There is only one of you. And what would we do if there wasn't a Style by Stevie? Where would actors go if they need to promote their projects? That he made me think about some things, like really evaluate life. And it's selfish of me to say, I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed of being homeless. Because there are so many people who are less fortunate in this world. You don't be ashamed about that.
Hmm.
So who am I to look down on somebody when I've been in that position and I know what it's like to have to get it up from the ground up? And that's literally what I had to do with this new journey here in my new home. It's start over. It's
Hmm.
it's not like who's a celebrity that has a very big home. It's not like Oprah's home. Oprah probably has multiple homes, but I've been
Hmm.
blessed. And this is a
Right.
learning experience for me being a first time homeowner because I laid my eyes on this home and it had the outside kind of threw me off. When I went inside, I saw the pictures of it inside. And I went in, me, my aunt, and my uncle toured the house. We got the key and we toured the house. And I fell in love with it. I'm like, okay, I started planning like, okay, this is gonna be my room right here. This gonna be my hair salon area. Me and my mom have already taken over that one space, and we was like, we can either turn it into a dining room or we can turn it into a hair salon area. And we just turned it into like a little hair salon. And my brother was like, you know how, and Matthew, for the brothers out there, for the men, y'all understand when women get their hands on hair products, and I have a lot. I have a lot of wigs too, y'all. So a lot of those are still intact at the house. So if I want to go back and get a new style, I can go right to my closet at the old house. I kind of have found the humor out of the triumph. And that's what I've learned because I've spent my days crying, getting over it. Y'all wouldn't know it. I was crying. And I would just break down whenever somebody would ask what happened, how did it start. I just break down
Hmm.
crying. And sitting
Yeah.
up days in the bed, my mom was like, don't rush the process. And a lot of people were just like, because when you're doing something like this, It's rushing the process to come back so soon. Like your platform will still be there. People will still love you, they will still tune in, they will still watch you. Nothing is going to change. So I was just worried about all of the things like what would Matthew think? What would the audience think? Oh my God, my house burned down. I'm homeless. All of those
Yeah.
things I was thinking about. But it's just like people understand. That's what my mom she told me. You take your time, you heal, you recover, and if you need anything, you let us know. And I don't like being anybody's charity case. That's one thing to know about Miss Stevie is a self-proclaimed independent black woman from South Carolina, and I've always been told to get it from the mud. My mom has raised me and my sister and my brothers to go out and get it if it's something that you want. But she also instilled into us to take breaks if you need to. And she encouraged me to take a break. My aunt, who is the baby sister who I did those first two return shows back in July in her house, that was her place. That wasn't mine, y'all. So that is the honest truth, honest to God. That picture of Black Jesus in the background, that's her house. And she allowed me the blessing to be able to do at least four. She said you don't want to start off doing 5 shows a week, but it feels so damn good to be back, y'all, to doing the things that I'm accustomed to, which is 5 interviews Monday through Friday consistently. I wanted
Mhm.
to tiptoe back into it doing four because I was saying I want to give myself a breather, give myself time to adjust and process this. Because when you're buying a home or purchasing, renting, or whatever, it's a process itself. That's one thing people didn't know behind the scenes, as I had to go through the waiting period in the process. And luckily, I got the news that we got the home. We can move in. Boom, boom, boom. My brother was like, "Soon, hey, when you're ready." He just sort of smiled through his beard. You could tell. He was like, "Yeah, we're ready." He was ready more than I was, and I'm just like, "Wait, so soon?" I didn't know I got it. I didn't want to make the announcement until I was ready. I missed all of your episodes with the actors. Well, we're back now. You can catch them all on replay. I have over a total of 1,000 interviews counted. And it is because I have done the work. It is because I have done the work. We should probably be at by, I'm guessing, wild guess approximately, because YouTube is not showing me how many interviews I've done. We should probably be at by what, 1,100, 1,200, I'm guessing, interviews, lives here on YouTube. And that's all off of the strength of me being consistent and add the morning lives to it too. But yeah, I missed a lot of your comments because I'm having to break this down about how the fire happened and everything. But I'll never stop talking about it because it's something that could probably help someone who's experienced the same thing. I had a girlfriend whose home was flooded and she thought it was just the end, but she's got her house rebuilt and everything and it looks amazing. And she gave me hope. And she said, you know what? You can start over. This is your new chapter. This is your new journey. You vlog that because there are certain things, because I keep things private. I don't allow people certain aspects of my life. I've learned that in this business, you have to take the Beyonce approach because y'all see Beyonce. I love me some Beyonce, by the way. Y'all know I am an avid Beehive fan and stan. And y'all have compared me to her as far as work ethic. Shout outs to Conscious. He said, girl, you are like the Beyonce when it comes to doing these interviews. You are consistent. And that I am. I've done it every day, Monday through Friday. And today I've done two in one day and two outfit changes. It is a learning experience. You live and you learn through your journey. And that journey was an obstacle. For me, I thought it was going to be a huge setback. I didn't think I was ever going to come back. I didn't think I was ever going to come back from that. But
Mhm.
God made it so July 2nd, I came back. And they're just like, even the actor Anthony Riley was like, we wasn't expecting you to come back so soon. It was just like Superwoman. Da, 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 da. Yes. And that was me because me and my brother went and was looking for homes. Y'all didn't know that. I didn't want people to know that. It's a saying that goes like this: you don't show what your left hand or your right hand is doing, something like that. Y'all know it. But I don't allow everybody to know everything. But let's just say we were working on some things when I did that interview at my aunt's house.
Mhm.
So we were looking at homes. Absolutely. And I said, let me be the one to venture out because I was there with my parents, believe it or not. My mom and my dad were in the house. And I'm thankful that each and every one of us are alive. Now, my dad is a veteran. He's going to be okay. They're going to help
Mhm.
him for his
Yeah.
service and what he's done. But me and mom were just like, what is going to be the next game plan? We were evaluating. And I said, let me go and try to get a home. Let me go and try to buy a house or do something. And God made it happen. And here we are. We're in a new month in my new home. And I can't wait to see what Christmas holidays. I've already got ideas of how I'm going. I'm going to go crazy.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. When Christmas comes, Mariah Carey, watch out, girl, because you ain't got nothing on Miss Stevie, okay? And because she likes to decorate her house too, and it is top tier. But yes, um, I can't wait. I'm already planning the holidays here in the house, and me and my mom have already been talking about it. So I'm excited, and y'all are going to be on that journey with me. So a little bit more.
Congratulations.
Okay. What you said, Matthew? I'm sorry.
Yeah, say congratulations on bouncing back from that and buying a new house and becoming a homeowner and everything. So that's very challenging.
But one
Uh,
thing I cannot say that I am looking forward to, y'all, is these bills. I am not looking forward to it, but hey, I would make sacrifices to keep my legacy and my baby growing, which is Style by Stevie.
mhm.
My mom says that you got in this business, you got to make sacrifices. If you want to be to the top as an actor, you got to take acting courses, and that's how I looked at it. And my mom, she opened my eyes to that. So many people opened my eyes to that, and they said sometimes you got to make sacrifices. You got to get uncomfortable before you can look like this, before you can get glamorous. And that's one thing that I've learned is that you have to be uncomfortable. And I must say now I am the happiest I've ever been in my life. That in itself through what I've been through, because that was a nightmare for me. Waking up to the smell of anything that feels like fire, seeing a fire truck, hearing a siren. I know it seems kind of cheesy and corny, but those things traumatized me because there were a lot of fire trucks around the house. Like it spread so fast. And thank the Lord, there's an agriculture building on the outside outskirts of our house on the back because there's like a ditch connected to our next door neighbor's home and in the agriculture building where people go and vote, farmers or whatever. And they said we saw the fire, the smoke coming up because it spreads at the top of your chimney at your house. And so they saw it and they came right around. Thank the Lord. And they got there like that. But yeah, those type of things trigger me a little bit. Like smokes, fire, certain smells. Yeah. But I am overcoming, and thank the Lord, I am talking to someone about it. And to anybody who's experiencing any traumatizing event, whether it may be a earthquake, a tornado, or a like myself, a house fire, trust and believe that you can come back from this. And talk to someone. There's always someone out there, as it pertains to the characters that Matthews portrayed, Melvin and Diary of an Accomplice, and uh, listen. I will say this about trauma. You never know what a person is going through unless you sit down and you put yourself in their shoes, and walk and feel what they're feeling. So, yes, certain things that trigger me, but I've learned that you can talk about this. So I'm sorry if it sounds like a broken record talking about it in every interview, but everybody was asking, are you okay? Are you good? Matthew was even one of the ones that asked, let me know how the recovery process comes along. A lot of people, Deshaun, everybody. When
Mhm.
I told K Tooks to spread that word, I said, brother, spread the word to everybody. Y'all were concerned. Y'all thought something happened to me. Like, no, I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm good. My mom is good. My dad is good. The baby, we call her our baby. She's good. She's still around here. She's being a little diva. Hmm. And I wonder where she gets that from. Look over my head right there. I wonder where she gets that from. But yes, I am okay. I am okay and I'm happy. But yes, again, make sure that you're talking to someone because unhealed trauma can go to the next cycle and the next cycle and the next cycle, as you can see with Matthew's character Melvin in Diary of an Accomplice. That cycle will
Mhm.
continue on. And it's up to us to break that cycle of trauma because it can continue on to the next generation, your legacy, your offspring. Your kids can pick it up, and then you see your kids repeating the same repeated behavior. Talk to someone about it. And that's the thing for mental health within our community. And you guys know I talk a lot about mental health. Make sure that you are letting someone know there is nothing wrong with going and sitting down on that couch with someone. There's nothing wrong with sitting down and talking to someone. And someone made that suggestion to me as well too. So there are so many resources out there for people as it pertains to mental health. There's the number you can text, and I text with advocates, the 988 number, and they respond just like that. And they'll ask you, have you had any thoughts of, y'all know, and how are you doing? What can we do? And one of the advocates told me, find an escape plan. When that fire happened, believe it or not, y'all, I started doing puzzles. I started doing puzzles. I started solving things, analyzing things. My mom took me back to my childhood, y'all. She bought me a grammar uh, composition book, like a textbook. And I said, okay, what you trying to say? You say I can't read or write? And y'all know I'm always reading and giving you guys the facts and educating and stats, all of that good stuff. But she was just like, it ain't never too late to learn. It ain't never too late to turn back into that brain power. It's always been there, but I'm just like, I haven't seen this in a long time, which is a literature book, a textbook, a workbook, and that. So yeah, that's what I started doing. It's those little things that bring me joy, that bring me happiness, that got me back into where I am, which is better than ever. So yeah,
Mhm.
work on your mental health and improve. I know we went over an hour. You guys got a 2 hour show with Sodeb, and today we went over an hour with Matthew. So today's show is solely on focusing on transitioning in life. You go through cycles and breaking that generational curse of trauma. As
Mhm.
today's both shows with Sodeb and here with Matthew. So before we close, do we have any questions for myself or Matthew? And thank y'all so much. Let me read some more of you guys' comments. I miss all the episodes. So glad that you're back here. It is a learning experience, and you have to live and learn throughout your journey. Absolutely. Because someone else will use it and it was here. That's true. You only have everything else is just material. And they last, well, not long, really. Listen, material things. Yes, they're like a TV, like a phone, like our iPad, whatever it may be. Those things can be replaced. Yes. But your life, that's something you can't take for granted. That's something you cannot have back. And I've learned that life is so precious. I'm only 32 years old, y'all. And y'all would think the way that I'm talking that I'm older than I am, but no. That comes from growth. That comes from life experience. That comes from being able to walk in my light and in my truth and have people tap you on the shoulder like, okay, sis, bring it back down a notch. We need you here. Stay focused. And Lord, I can tell you one thing that I'm not looking forward to right now. And that is turning 50. Turning 50 or 40. And I know I got a few more years to go. Someone told me that, but I can tell you one thing. I'm going to tread into it easily. because that's what you have to do. You have to tread into it easily with these type of things. So yeah, and I'll conclude there, and I'll land my plane. So Matthew, any other gems that you would give to people as far as trauma and breaking the curse or the cycle?
I would say don't always look at no matter how you were raised. Don't always look to like the people that raised you or your parents and say, what would they do in this situation? Say if you have kids or anything like that, if you're dealing with, anybody younger than you, don't always look back to them and say, oh, this is what my father would have done, my grandfather, my mother, whoever, because they were people too. They made countless mistakes, whether they admit it or not. I know my elders made countless mistakes. And in order to break a lot of generational curses and traumas and whatnot, we got to not do what they did. Even if they were good parents and grandparents and uncles and aunts at the end of the day, doesn't mean they were perfect. And a lot of things that they have done may have contributed to the traumas you have today, despite how good of people they may be. So I would say be yourself and think about what you would do in this situation as opposed to what they would do, because a lot of times it could be you could have a better answer to whatever problem you have than they would have had, and that's what a lot of people don't think of. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And by us sharing these stories like Diary of an Accomplice and Matthew's
mhm.
other films and projects that he's worked on, make sure y'all stay tuned for the feature film for that film as well too, which will be sometime in November. And I look forward to it, as well as the other character. I got to get my popcorn for this because I want to see Matthew
uh,
in
I also
makeup as
play a
this.
vampire too.
Yeah.
I also play a vampire in another movie. It's out on Tubi right now. It's called Sanguine Teeth on a Driftless Road. I think I sent you the link a couple weeks ago.
And I'm going to
Actually,
watch it again. I surely
okay,
am. I'm gonna
okay.
watch it again
It's,
after this interview. Y'all make sure y'all
it's
go
a
and
horror
check it out
comedy.
as well too.
It's a horror. It's a horror comedy. It's not very scary at all, but it's more of a comedy than a horror. But I play a vampire, a 2,500-year-old vampire, and it's we go out. Four of us, four black vampires, go on a road trip to a cabin in the woods, and we're partying and having fun and doing whatever, and we're trying to avoid these vampire hunters that are trying to kill us. So I play the main OG vampire basically, and I'm lecturing everybody and schooling everybody and teaching everybody about being a vampire and whatnot. So yeah, it's funny. It's meant to be funny, and it's pretty wild. It's raunchy, just to warn you. And we shot it about 2 years ago, but it's just now being released on Tubi, so you can watch it now on Tubi. And it's called Sand Green Teeth on a Driftless Road. So yeah, another project.
Y'all make sure if y'all like what's one? If you like scary movie and all of those, I can already get an idea of what it's like. So y'all make sure y'all go and check it out, and because I'm definitely gonna watch it again. And today's final thought, which ties into both shows with So Deb, a very special thank you to So Deb. Make sure y'all go and check him out live right now. Currently, he is doing a review on Housewives, Potomac. And then there's the Real Housewives. What is it? Road Trip, brother K2. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the Road Trip. He's doing a live review of that right now. But you guys can check out both interviews. I did 2 hours and 1 hour with Matthew. So y'all should be good and full of Miss TV today. I gave y'all two shows back to back in an outfit change. And I hope y'all enjoy it. I will be back Thursday with David Collins White. But today's final thought, I want y'all to sit and reflect for a minute. Today's final thought says, I will remove anyone from my life to protect the peace that I've worked so hard for. Nobody took me out of the dark. I did it on my own. And I want y'all to remember that. Don't let anybody take you out to the dark. You have to take yourself out of that dark, because when the fire happened, it was a dark cloud. It was a depression. I was depressed, y'all. And that's real. I was sad. I felt alone. My mom was in Charleston at the time, and I was there with my brother, just sitting in my mom's bed, laying in my mom's bed, sulking. Like, I'm looking at everybody. I'm not going to lie. I was also bitter. as well too. But you feel all of these emotions when something traumatizes happens. So I want you guys to remember that. Take yourself out of the darkness and into the light. Y'all see how my skin is glowing? Bronzer. Bronzer and a good highlight. Okay. Shout outs to Melanie. All right. But yes, I'm happy and it shows because I've came out of the darkness and into the light. And that's what I want you guys to do that. All right. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all go and check out Matthew's projects. Stay tuned for Diary of Accomplice. November, I can't wait. I'm excited to hear this announcement. And you guys should be too. Y'all go and check it out right here on YouTube, the short film. So y'all will be kind of get a precursor to the full thing. Okay?
Mhm.
All right, Fashion Dolls. And Matthew, let everyone know where they can follow you. And as always, it's going to be more and more amazing conversations like this because these type of projects help people. And you're
Mhm.
helping people with these projects as well, too.
Thank you. You can find me. You follow me on Instagram at mken ultra MKENNULTRA, and also on Facebook Matthew Kenner MATTHEWKENNER. You could also follow me on TikTok, even though I'm not on TikTok as much, but I'm on TikTok as Big Matt. So yeah, that's pretty much it for social media, and I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff when I'm on the set of a film, and previews to other upcoming things as well. So, yeah.
And you guys can check me out on Style by Stevie underscore daytime on YouTube. It is a mirage of things, or shall I say, a martini mixture of things from fashion, beauty, politics, but mostly uh, fashion more than anything. So y'all stay tuned. And again, a very special thank you to each and every one of y'all. So, Deb, you held your own when we talked on the phone. Yeah, it was hard. And then after I got off of that phone with you, brother, I broke down crying when I spoke to my uncle. Yeah, I didn't want anybody to see that. I didn't want anybody to see me in a vulnerable state. But K2, yeah, he did. So I appreciate you, brother, and I can't wait for this collaboration. He texts me and calls me every day, Matthew, and that's a real one. Those are the type of people that you
Yeah.
keep within your circle. So y'all
Yeah.
stay tuned
Absolutely.
for our collaboration. I am about to go and I don't know, probably get a pizza or something because a girl is hungry. The glam is coming off, and a girl is about to go and get dirty in some pepperoni pizza. Okay, the love affair continues. And I will see
Uh,
you guys Thursday, September 3rd with David Collins White. And then Saturday, we have Mac Harlem. We have coming on Friday, we have Dwayne Cottle and Zaim. Zaim is from the legendary music group Force MDs. So make sure y'all tune in Friday. I love y'all, Fashion Dolls, and I will see y'all Thursday. Take care.
all right. Thank you.
You too.